Hello, my name is Shan and welcome back to the chaos that is Shani and books. Today I am going to be doing the annotating book tag, the book annotation tag, I forget, the annotating book tag I think it's called. I've been really excited to watch people do these as it's been coming out. It was a tag created by Jessie from Bow Ties and Books. And I was super excited when I saw that they had made this tag because I've only recently gotten into annotating, so I've been really excited to watch other people's videos and see their answers to these questions. And it is a tag. Am I going to tag people? I mean, I feel like I don't know which people annotate and which don't. I know that April annotates, so April, I tag you. And if you annotate and you're watching this and you haven't done it, then I tag you as well. I wasn't technically tagged in a sense. Hannah from Hannah's Recent Reads did this video and I commented on hers and said that a lot of my answers were similar to her. And then she commented back and said that I should do it and she tags me. So technically I was tagged by Hannah. I'll link her video below. But yes, let's get into it before my son interrupts again. So question number one is, do you mark your annotations with page flags? And my answer is yes. I'm just going to move on to the next question because it kind of talks about the flags again. So question two is, do you match flags to the book cover or do you have a set flagging system? So my answer to this is both. Sometimes I just match it to the book cover, and then for some books, I just use every color that I have and each color means a certain thing. So I just read 9 Perfect Strangers for Jan's book club. I was her guest this month. So I'll leave the live show linked because we did that a couple of days ago if you're interested in hearing our thoughts. For this one, I just have used all the colors that were in the pack, and yeah, each color meant something different. So sometimes it was like something that made me angry or something problematic. I had one color that was for Aussie references because this is an Australian author. One was like plot stuff, like things that I marked down that I thought might have been like a hint for something or foreshadowing like some sort of mysterious element. I don't need to really go through what they are, but each time I do this, like I don't have a set flagging system. It just depends on the book. I've recently gone back and started rereading my favorites, and so these ones, this is The Hate You Give and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and so these ones I use like a flagging system where each color meant a different thing, but it varied book to book. Yeah, so a green tab in this book doesn't mean the same as a green tab in this book, if that makes sense. I know some people have it so it's the same in every single book they read, but mine it isn't. And then like I said, sometimes like if I don't think I'm gonna have many page flags, page tabs, whatever you want to call it, in the book, I just match it to the cover. So this one has a pink and orange cover and the tabs are pink and orange. This one has an orange cover and the tabs are orange. And then yeah, this one I matched the tabs to the cover again. So yes, it varies book to book. I don't know why, I just do. What is the first book you ever annotated? So like I said, I'm fairly new to annotating in books. I know there's a question further down about like how you started sort of thing, but the first book that I annotated, I don't know if you even consider this annotating, but a couple of years ago I read Emergency Contact, and this was one of the first books that I had like a real strong opinions on something in the book, and I thought that this is a very popular book, and I thought that if I ever wanted to discuss or let someone know about this opinion that I have about this book, I might need to reference what page it was on or whatever. So at this point I wasn't annotating, like I don't even have page flags in there. I wasn't writing in my books yet, so I have like post-it notes throughout that I wrote on. So I don't know if you consider that annotating, but to me this is the first book that I like annotated in. And if you're curious about my opinions on this book, it's on page 227. I won't say what it is just in case, I don't know, you think it's a spoiler, but if you're familiar at all, I may have spoken about it a couple of times, with my journey of fertility and trying to conceive and miscarrying, then just know that on page 227 there is incorrect facts about chemical pregnancies and phantom pregnancies. FYI, they're not the same thing, Mary H.K. Choi. And this is the book that the first book that I had real strong, that I can recall having real strong feelings about. And this book, I mean, this isn't a review of this book, I'm just like ranting now, but this book like made me feel so mad and unseen and just ugh. Sorry if you're a fan of Mary H.K. Choi, but literally I read that book when I was trying to get pregnant. If you couldn't tell, I have a baby now, so it's all good. But the first book I actually remember writing in, like in pen, as in permanently like writing in, is Let's Talk About Love, which this one I also like just color coded the tabs to be purple to match the cover. Yes, and this is like a recent read. I only just read this year, so this year is the first time I started like not pencil writing in books and not post noting books. But yeah, this was the first book that I actually like highlighted and wrote in. Yeah, so I highlighted and wrote in pen in the margins because I had a lot of thoughts while I was reading this and I felt like I wanted to. I read this for the Queer Blackathon this year, I think. You're coming to interrupt, are you? Question number 4, have you ever been against annotating books? I don't think I was against in the sense of judging other people who did, but I definitely was against it in my own books. Yeah, exactly. Question number 5 is, did you ease into annotating your books or did you jump right in? Okay, had to take a short break. So I definitely eased into annotating. Like I said, I started off just with post-it notes, and then I had pencil marks, and then moved on to highlighting and writing in pen, and he's gonna interrupt now. Cool. Do you keep an unannotated version of your annotated books? Some books I already had multiple copies, like in different editions if it was a favorite, but I don't like buy a second copy of a book just because I know I want to annotate the copy I already have, sort of thing, if that makes sense. Has anyone ever annotated a book for you? No. Do you mind used books with annotations already in them? I don't know. I think if there was annotations on every page, maybe, like if there was lots, but if there was some here and there, I don't think I would mind. Have you ever gotten hate or horrified stares for writing in your books? Not that I know of, but I also don't annotate in public. Oh my god. I'm lucky if I even get time to read, as you can see. What do you annotate your books with? Now you're interrupting on purpose. So the pens, oh my god, I actually give up. Right, so at the moment I have this with a bunch of annotation stuff in it. I literally just use whatever I can find, and to be honest, I actually don't even really like some of the stuff I use, because sometimes, I don't know if it's the ink on the paper of the pages or if it's my page flags, but like, do you know when you go to move it and the writing is like stuck onto the flag then? I hate that. So I don't know if it's the flags I'm using or the page. But some of the page tabs, flags, like these ones, they're just randomly from typo. And then sometimes I use these post-it ones. The highlighters that I have here at the moment are from typo. I have other highlighters, but I've lost them, or someone took them and hid them. And then I literally just use whatever I can find. These are the pens that Kian's been putting on the floor that I have been using at the moment, because sometimes I just highlight and sometimes I will like underline and write stuff. Sometimes I just write it in black and sometimes I like match it to the color of the flag. I don't know, I'm just like chaotic when it comes to my annotating. Have you ever regretted annotating a book? Not yet, I don't think. At the moment, I'm just kind of annotating rereads, and the books that I'm annotating that I've read for the first time is either because it's for a book club, or I don't start actually writing in it until I know that I'm going to keep the book and I love it. So like when I started writing in this one, I was like already partway through and I knew that I wanted to keep it and write in it. So I don't have anything I regretted yet, because in like this book I didn't like, but I don't really regret annotating it because like I said, it was for a book club, and yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would. I don't get rid of books that often either, so I'm not really worried about having to try and sell a book that has my annotations in it. Why do you annotate? Like I said, sometimes it's for a book club. Wow, this one looks really chaotic. This was for a book club too. So yeah, like I said, sometimes it's for a book club, so I'm making notes for like questions I have or points that I want to discuss. But generally it's just for me. Sometimes, like I said in this one, it is to mark down something that I want to point out to people or review or discuss. And sometimes it's like personal to me, so I'm like highlighting my favorite parts. And then yeah, on reread, I'm highlighting my favorites, which has been really nice because sometimes if I don't want to read the whole book, I can just flick to a certain page and see what I've written, and I can find that page easily just to like reread certain scenes. Yeah, usually it's just to mark down my favorite parts in books is what I'm finding I'm doing at the moment, but this could change in the future. I'm actually really excited to like revisit this video once I've been annotating for a bit longer to see if my answers are any different. Question 13, when underlining, do you use a ruler? No, I don't always underline. I mostly just highlight, generally in the color that matches the flag. Okay, I've literally had to start and stop this video like 5 times. Oh my god, I don't even remember what I was saying. Usually, I think I was talking about the underlining. I don't always underline. Usually I highlight in the color that matches the flag and then write something. But sometimes I'll just underline. I just feel like highlighting is easier for me and it looks neater. And question 14, do you annotate each book that you read? Which I kind of already answered. No, I don't. So like I said, I'm going back and rereading and annotating favorites when I reread them. But if I'm reading a new book, yeah, I think usually I wait until I'm a little way in, and if I have things that I want to highlight, so nice quotes, strong opinions on the book, then I will do it once I've made it a certain way in. But I don't go into a book knowing that I'm going to annotate it unless it's for a book club. Yeah, I think that's my answer for that. I'm gonna go because my child is pulling all of the flags off the packets. But anyway, that's my annotating book tag. I'm sorry it was so messy and chaotic, but that's my life. Like I said, if you annotate your books and you haven't done this yet, do it. I'm very interested to see the ways that other people annotate and the stuff that they use because like I said, I am a newbie. But yes, I'm excited to see how my annotating may evolve because I'm not a very critical reader. At the moment, I just read and annotate things that I enjoy. I'm not really annotating in the critical reading sense, if that makes sense. But yes, thank you if you watched until the end. I really appreciate you being here and I'll see you next time. Bye.